Hey, this is Ian Westerman. I'm the head pro at EssentialTennis.com, where it's our mission to bring passionate instruction to passionate tennis players just like you. Welcome to this video tutorial in which we're going to be taking a look at the two-handed backhand of Novak Djokovic, who, as the recording of this video, is the #1 player in the world. And what we're going to do is break down step by step what, in my opinion, are the 6 biggest technique keys that you can copy at home. This is absolutely crucial. We're not going to be going deep into little stylistic details here, telling you maybe what makes Djokovic special. Instead, we're going to look at what commonalities that Djokovic has that you can copy to make your backhand stronger, more competitive, and more like Novak's. So with that, also, before I forget, there's also going to be a PDF download. There's going to be a link to that in the description down below. Make sure you download that. You can save it to your phone, take it to the court with you, and help you make those improvements. So let's go to the screen here, and we've got a backhand of Novak. This is him in a warm-up rally back and forth at Cincinnati. And we're going to take a look at, as I said, 6 different elements. We'll see him landing in his split step right here. And as he initiates his swing, there's going to be 3 different things that we look at as far as his take back is concerned. Number 1, I want you to track the logo on the front of his shirt. And we're going to take a look at that in reference to his racket. And if I move through this and you watch him turn to the side, take his racket back, look at where his hands and his racket are right now in his ready position. He doesn't even know yet. He hasn't even yet identified that it's a backhand. You'll see his hands and his racket are right in front of his body. The logo on the front of his shirt is looking right at them. As he turns, watch how his hands and his racket track with the logo on his shirt. You see what I'm talking about here? So as he smoothly rotates his body, his hands and his racket are moving with his body. And this is what's known as a unit turn, meaning he is taking his body as a unit and rotating it to his left to prepare for this backhand. He's not taking his hands and his arms and independently turning them to the side. He's not making a huge backswing with his hands and with his arms. He's moving his body as a whole to rotate, make a strong initial turn, so that he's ready to hit a solid shot, which we're going to talk more about in a second. So, a couple other things I want you to take a look at. His shoulders are rotated past 90 degrees, meaning look at how he's looking over his right shoulder. His chin is looking over his right shoulder. Now, typically, I recommend to my students to get at least perpendicular to the baseline with the line of their shoulders. He's moved past that. He's in a very strong, rotated position with his body. And the last thing I want you to look at is his racket head. Look at how it's pointed up. His racket head is up. His left hand is above his right hand. So this is his setup position. Now we're going to move on to the next phase of his swing, which is the dropping of his racket below the incoming ball. And just really one thing in particular I want you to notice here, now his racket head is below his hands. And you'll notice that his hands have switched positions. His left hand is now below his right hand. And this is crucial. Without this drop of the racket head, by switching his hands and dropping his left hand down, he would not get the racket head down below the height of the incoming ball, which is what allows him to lift the ball over the net and also create topspin to make more margin for error and more safety. So these are really, really important points having to do with his technique. All right, so now that we've talked about the drop of the racket, let's move forward to contact. You'll see that now he has both forward and vertical upward momentum of the racket head moving towards the ball. His racket is moving up to meet the ball, and he's also rotating his body. All that good rotation that he had setting up for the swing is now unwinding into the point of contact, which is really what's powering this shot. And the fact that he dropped the racket head below the incoming ball means that he can also lift the racket to lift the ball and create topspin. So if we look at the point of contact, part of the reason why I chose this clip of Novak in particular is we have a nice frame right at contact, which happens in just a couple of thousandths of a second. Even with really high quality footage like this, you don't always get a frame right at contact. And a couple things you'll notice here. First of all, I'm positioned a little bit in front of Novak, so we're not looking straight to the side. If we were, you would see that his racket is in front of his front foot from that position. Right here, it looks like it's just about in line, just about even. If we were right directly to the left of Novak, you'd see his racket is a little bit out in front of that left foot. Also notice his left arm, how it's now extending out towards the ball. This is really, really important. If I go back a little bit, you'll see that here, his left arm is bent. He's got a bend here. And as the racket starts to drop and move towards the ball, his left arm will extend and straighten out towards the point of contact. The last thing I want to point out to you is his racket is flat. It's perpendicular to the court surface. There's a lot of discussion about what angle the racket face should be at contact. If you click around on the internet, a lot of people say your racket face should be closed. For those of us who are not hitting 90-mile-an-hour ground strokes or 100-mile-an-hour ground strokes, just about flat is right about where we want to be. If you're well inside the baseline and you're making contact up at shoulder height, now you can start to close it a little bit, but still not very much. From back behind the baseline, we're looking to be right about perpendicular. One other angle I want to show you real quick. I like this clip of Novak a lot from the other angle. I just want to show you the point of contact because we're just right to the side of Novak here. So check out his racket just out in front of his front foot. And again, look at how his racket face is straight, maybe closed by a degree or two, very, very little. All right, so that's the point of contact. Next up, number 4. Step number 4, I want you to look at how he extends out through the point of contact. It's just a really, really beautiful move out through the ball and towards his target. Notice how the racket face stays steady as he extends out towards his target. Also notice how his left arm continues to extend and straighten out through the point of contact. And lastly, notice how his body continues to rotate. Again, we're going to use the logo on the front of his shirt as a reference point. Watch how that logo continues to rotate forward towards the point of contact and ultimately face out towards his target as he extends out through the ball. After that, you're going to see Novak continue to lift the racket vertically. And what I really like about this position, look at how now he's looking over his left shoulder. Remember, during his setup, he was looking over his right shoulder. And his chin was kind of tucked right over the top of that right shoulder. And now as he goes through, extends, and lifts, now his chin is looking over his left shoulder. So he's made a full rotation with his body. And this is such a crucial part for those of you watching at home. If you do not make a strong initial turn and then use that stored up energy to unwind through the point of contact, rotation doesn't stop when you make contact. It should carry you through contact to really power your swing, which allows your arms to relax. If you don't do a good job of this, which is what Novak is showing us here, you're left having to use your arms to arm through the ball, and that it causes really tight, tense technique and a lot of effort in and not very much power or energy out. So this rotation, continued rotation, is really, really crucial. All right, now lastly, I want to show you Novak's finish position, which is somewhat unique, but I'm seeing it more and more often with professional players. This is just a really long finish position, all the way over across the other side of his body. And look at the butt cap of his racket. If his racket was horizontal to the court surface, his butt cap will be pointing towards the fence directly out to his right. And look at how his chest now is facing, it's angled out to the right. And this, again, just shows a big full rotation of his body and very loose, relaxed arms. His arms continue to flow around his body all the way to where his racket is actually even with his chest. Back in the day, what you would see recommended by teachers is you would see them recommend to finish in this position. Finish with the racket high and out in front on both the forehand and on the backhand. Then as we got into the 90s and into the early 2000s, we would see pros recommend something like this. So finish up over your shoulder with your butt cap pointed towards the target. Now we're seeing even a full 90 degrees more around his body than that. And that's just, again, showing how loose and relaxed his arms are as the racket flows around his body. And this is just excellent. And watch how his racket just kind of bounces off his back. You can just see there how loose and relaxed his hands are and his arms are. And this is what I'm trying to get my students to swing like. Big rotation with the body, which creates effortless power, effortless looking energy as we use the big parts of our body. Relaxed arms, relaxed hands to create a smooth, effortless swing. So these are the 6 elements. We talked about a lot of kind of sub-elements, but these are the 6 main things that I think you should be studying and trying to implement and emulate yourself on the courts. And to help you do that, we've got a free download, a PDF that shows we're going to take screen grabs from this video and actually show you all 6 steps with a list of each of the points so that you can take it, download it, bring it to the courts, and refer to it to help you improve your own two-handed backhand. So I hope this is a huge, huge help to you. If you've enjoyed this video and you enjoy the PDF, do me a favor and click like. If you have any comments or questions, be sure to leave those right down below in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching today. Take care and good luck with your tennis.